Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This video in particular, I'm going to be going over a few of the settings and some options that you can look into on your buy so that you can change a few things around, tweak a few things that we do that we've seen that have gave us a little bit of a benefit on our embroidery. There was someone who had requested a quick video as well on how to change the color threads. That's something that we're going to be going over today, so let's get started. All right guys, so one of the first things that we're going to be going over is how to change the colors on the machine. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna go to this button right here. And this button right here has the red, blue, and green. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna select it and it's gonna bring you to this screen. And this screen, if you see the number, say you wanted to change the first color right here. So that would be orange. That's number 1. But it's showing here that it's like, I guess, white. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna select that. We're gonna go and click on, say, a color that matches the orange. So that would be orange right there. And if you can see right there, it's already changed to orange. And then all you do is just hit OK. So now your color is selected. So for example, we have neon green right here on number 2. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to the same button right there, color 2 selected, and then we're gonna go to a neon green. So now we have a neon green selected for number 2. And what this basically does is it just changes the color of the thread on the screen. So whenever you're going to a design, say right here, we're gonna go to a design, we're gonna click on the colors, and then we're gonna go, say this right now is showing that it's 11, which would be black for me. So we wanna do it neon green, so you're gonna select number 2, and it's gonna change it to neon green, and then you're done. The nice thing is that once this starts stitching out, right now you're not seeing any color there. The screen is pretty much black. But once it starts to embroider, you're gonna start seeing that the little threads are gonna start showing on there, and it'll start showing you green because that's the color we selected. So another thing that I wanted to go over was showing you guys how we have our settings set up. I know people have been asking about my trim length that I have set up. They've also asked about the trim for the top length, and so I just wanted to show you guys what we have our machine set at. So really one of the most important options here that you can adjust is the trim top thread length. We have ours set to pretty much the lowest that you can get it to, which is 0.5 right here. I just find that that works a lot better for our machine, especially whenever you start adjusting this bar right here. This was your pre-tension bar. And I've mentioned it in a previous video, but whenever you're having issues with your, I guess your top thread or your thread just not looking right, instead of going up here and adjusting these knobs, it's always better just to mess with this first. I know for us, we kind of keep it above halfway. Some people say to keep it halfway, but we like ours a little bit above halfway, and we find that that really helps tremendously. This also is a very key part in whenever your thread gets cut and it's not pulling out. That's probably because you're too loose down here. So you just need to pull it down a little bit. It's not universal for everything. For every design that you're doing, sometimes you may have to change it up a little bit. The next thing I'm gonna go over is the f-stop. So let's go ahead and load a design here. We're gonna be pushing this embroidery mode button, and we're gonna be exiting embroidery mode. We're going to the edit mode. We're gonna select the design. And we're gonna be selecting, say, probably this one. Diablo's one. Just gonna load the design. Okay, so this design, let's go ahead and change that hoop size too. Okay, so what we're gonna be doing here is exiting out of that page, going into the embroidery mode, and then we're gonna be changing the color here. So right here, we're gonna be doing, say, neon green, and then we're gonna be doing that, and then white. Okay, so this button right here is an f-stop. This is a very important button because what it allows us to do is it allows us to stop the machine from going in order of the colors, and then it'll stop the machine on whatever color you select. So for example, if we do an f-stop on 7, You push the button and now it says 2, and then 7F, and then 10. So the benefit of that is that once it gets to, say, this color here, it's going to stop before it goes on to the third color, which is gonna give you time to, say if you're doing an applique and you're gonna need to apply some fabric down or something, it'll stop before it goes to the next one. And not only that, but it also pushes this whole arm out. It pushes it out so that you can trim it without having to remove the hoop, which is really, really great. So that's what that is. I know sometimes if you're thinking that you want to change, if you want to stop on 10 and you put it on the f-stop on 10, it's actually going to stop after the color gets done. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you're putting it on the color before. So it was a little confusing for us at first, but the f-stop has to be done on the color before that you want it to stop. So if you wanted to stop on 3, you have to put the f-stop on the second color. So just something to keep in mind. Okay guys, so another tool that we use here at our embroidery business is this right here. This is a multi-purpose, I guess a clamp is what you would call it. I'm not sure the exact word for it, but we had another business stop by and they wanted to get a few tips and tricks on how to, I guess, embroider hats a little bit easier. And so we were able to show them this. This is something that we use for our hats. This is something that's very useful to use whenever you're doing the hats, whenever you're wanting to embroider something on the back especially, or something on the side. This comes in very handy. So let me demonstrate how we use it. Okay guys, so I'm just gonna be showing you guys how we hoop a hat with this. So what we do is we take a nice piece of tearaway, but it has to be a little bit more rigid than usual. So maybe like a 3 ounce or 3.5 ounce if they make that. You want to spray this down. Once you have some adhesive, which by the way, we like to use the 505 temporary adhesive. It works really well. You get it on Amazon for like 20 bucks. You want to set this spray side down onto the back of this. So now you have a nice little structured foundation for the hat. And then what you want to do is you want to insert it in there. It has a notch here. As I did forget to mention that you do want to spray this with adhesive as well. You want to slide it into there. This is a capping station, by the way. This should have came with your buy, or any Tajima or any other machine that you have. You should have a capping station. And then you're going to take the side of your hat. You're going to try to pull as much as you can to get rid of all those excess wrinkles. Okay, so then you can push this down. Let it touch that stabilizer that's got adhesive on it so it doesn't move on you. And you got a perfectly hooped side hat. Okay guys, so what we're gonna do is now we're gonna set up our settings so that we can use this hat hoop clamp. So we're gonna exit embroidery mode. We're gonna choose our hoop A. Now that we have hoop A, we're going to make sure that we flip this design. So we're gonna hit the set button. We're gonna flip it, flip our design so that the F is facing upside down. That's how you know it's correct. And then we're gonna exit the edit mode. Now we're in embroidery mode. So what we need to do is we need to bring those arms forward. So we need to bring them forward a little bit. And so we've already marked our center of where we want our design to be. The best thing to do is just print your design on your software, whatever software you're using, and then cut it out and then just mark your center. That way you know exactly where you want it as far as placement goes. And you want to insert this in here. It's just like a regular hat hoop. It clamps on both sides. And then you can find your center point just like you would with any other piece of embroidery. And then you do your set start. So this design is not really meant for the side, so it's going to be a little bit bigger. But once you find your center, you just do your float. You should be good to go. All right guys, so that's all we have for this video. I just wanted to show you a few of the options that we change on our machines that kind of help us out a little bit. If there's anything that you guys are wanting to see, wanting to learn, just leave us a comment, send us a message, and we're gonna be happy to help. As always guys, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel if you want to keep seeing more videos. If you have any suggestions on what kind of videos you want to see, if you guys have any suggestions on what kind of videos you would like to see, just send us a message, drop a comment below. We appreciate it guys, thank you.